Morning guys. So if you watched my video yesterday, you know that today is Monday, January 4th, and I said that I would do a video while I was getting ready for work, so here it is. So I guess I'm just going to talk about how I feel. I'm going to just be putting on my makeup because it's time. Excuse me. So I just woke up right now. It is 5:41, so it is bright and early. I don't typically wake up this early. It doesn't take me that long to get ready for work, but because I am going to do this video, I woke up a little bit earlier, and also just to give myself time to kind of prepare for today. So I'm not really going to specifically talk about or mention what happened, but those of you who watch my videos, which are just people that I know what happened a month ago at my work. So I was working from home, but it was, very minimal. Just doing visits, in my area that I cover. Today is the first day that we have to go back. I'm sorry if I go in and out. I'm trying to look in the mirror. But today we have to go back to the office and just resume work life as normal after what happened a month ago. And last night I was feeling already like I was breathing a little bit heavier. Overall I think I'm okay. No, I know I'm okay. Like, I am gonna be fine. But what happened a month ago was tragic, and it's something that I'm never gonna forget. Unfortunately, I would love to forget it, but the mind doesn't work that way. So it's something that's gonna sit with me for the rest of my life. Something that was just terrible, I am completely blessed to have made it out of there, but it's definitely not without some consequences, So yeah, it's been a month later. I feel better. Since it happened, days have been like up and down. Some days would be better than others. I guess I should just talk about like what led me to this point. It was hard at first. I was really, everyone copes with tragedies differently. So for me, I was really jumpy for a while. Like if I heard an ambulance or a police siren, I would get watery-eyed, and sometimes I would cry. I'd be really jumpy. Like you couldn't like creep up on me. It would freak me out. I definitely didn't want to be alone, and that's something that I didn't even know, because after it happened, my sister, my boyfriend worked, so my sister would spend the days with me. For a while, like a couple of weeks, she would spend the days with me, and they would just kind of take shifts. Like she would be with me in the daytime, and he would come home from work and be with me in the nighttime. And I didn't even think I needed that until one day she didn't come over, and I was like freaking out. So yeah, that was another thing. Like I didn't want to be alone. I was jumpy. I got nightmares nightmares, but that didn't happen right away. That one took a couple of days, so that was a fun one to get. But I started having nightmares. Luckily, that only happened a couple of nights, the nightmares. Prior to the nightmares, and maybe one of the most longest symptoms, I would say. Sorry, I'm looking in the viewfinder, I'm looking in the mirror, I'm looking at, it's like everywhere, I'm sorry. One of the longest symptoms was not sleeping well. I had a hard time sleeping. My mind wouldn't shut off, and it was probably partially due to the fact that I could not turn off the media. I wanted to know everything about it. I wanted to watch it on the news, read about it on the internet. I kind of became obsessed with knowing what happened while I was stuck there that day, what was going to happen after. So yeah, I couldn't sleep because those thoughts were in my mind, and my boyfriend told me not to do that, but I told him, until you go through something like that, you don't tell me how to cope, because I'm that kind of person. So even though his advice was spot on, I was very stubborn, and I am very stubborn in life, and he knows that about me, so I've been like that my whole life. But anyways, once I stopped watching the media and stopped looking at it on Facebook and all of that, I did sleep better. So yeah, those are some of the things that happened to me. Is there anything else? Not sleeping. Oh, the first night I was vomiting. Maybe that's TMI, but I did get physically sick. And that only happened the first night, gratefully. So overall, I would say my symptoms were minimal compared to just some of my coworkers. I mean, like I said, overall, we are all grateful to be alive and grateful to have another day with our loved ones. But again, it's not without consequence. So, so yeah, that's kind of what my process was like for the month. It got better. Some days were good, some days were rough. It just really, it kind of just creeps up on you. You think you're doing okay, and then all of a sudden you're not. The mind's a crazy thing, it's such a, you don't have as much control over it as you think you do. Because when something traumatic like this happens to you, you want nothing more than to just be okay and to not think about it and to get over it. And especially for someone like me who is educated in this area, I am, like I said, I have a master's in psychology. I'm in my second year doctoral program for clinical psychology. That's kind of one of the hardest things to deal with for me, is that I knew everything that was happening. I knew why it was happening. I knew all the symptoms, but I couldn't fix it. And that's a hard thing for an aspiring psychologist to deal with, on top of the trauma, is the fact that you are so educated in what's going on, but you feel so helpless at the same time. And I mean, that's something good for all of us to kind of remember in life, is that you shouldn't be trying to treat yourself, and you, no matter how stubborn you are or type A personality you are, like myself, you should take help and you should take the hands of people reaching out to you, and you should ask for help. And that's something that's really hard for me. It's always been hard for me. So when this happened, I needed so much help. So it was just difficult on so many different levels with my personality type and the trauma itself, not working. You know, I love that I got to be home so much with Olivia and with my family, but at the same time I'm not, and I hope this doesn't come out the wrong way, but I'm not built to be a stay-at-home mom. Like, I don't have that kind of personality type. As much as I love the time that I spend with her, I need a little bit more balance in my life to be happy. And we all require different things, you know, and that's something that I require. I require more balance. I need work life, school life, family life. You know, I function optimally when I have all of those components going. So I had a couple of those taken away. So it's just been a rough month. And again, so grateful. I feel like this, I'm not trying to make this video into like a pity party. I'm just trying to tell you how people cope and what can happen when you go through something traumatic like that, and talk about where I'm at today and how I'm feeling about going back to work. Sorry, some of the things I do for my makeup, I can't really talk. I have to focus. But guys, if you have a wide face and a large forehead, you know all about that contour life, because it's kind of essential. But so today I feel good. I am planning on wearing, I don't typically do a full face of makeup to work, but today, as part of my strategy, I said, you're gonna do it because, and you're not gonna waterproof it because you are not allowed to cry. Like, I do not want to cry. So in order to, as a preventative measure, I'm going to wear non-waterproof mascara, which is what I wear anyways. I'm going to put on all of this foundation and stuff on my face so that I will not be allowed to cry, because if I should cry, I will look crazy. So, please guys, keep your fingers crossed for me, because then, you know, I just want to make it through the day without crying. There's a part of me that doesn't want to give this situation another one of my tears. I want to be strong. Man, this is not going to be a flattering video, but it's okay. So yeah, it's hard to think about what I need to do and what I'm trying to say, so if this is all over the place, I'm sorry. It would be all over the place anyways, even if I wasn't doing makeup, because my mind is very anxious right now. So the thoughts are not coming in a nice, succinct way, I guess. But, so yeah, since it happened, I've been back twice. Once was like a week later to get my car. The FBI had detained our cars for a while, so I was without a car for a little bit, and we had to go back and get it. That was the first time I went back since it happened, and that was really rough. Like, it was tough. I cried, I gagged. I thought I was going to vomit. It was not easy going back. And then I had to go back another time. After that, they let us go back if we left our personal belongings. Luckily for me, I had grabbed all my stuff when it happened, because I was thinking, like, how can I get out of here? So I grabbed my keys, I grabbed my phone, in case I wasn't gonna be able to make it out. I wanted to say my goodbyes. So I was thinking on that level. Other people didn't. They left their phone, they left their purse, they left everything. Like, I was thinking like survivor mode. Not that, you know, everybody, when something like this happens, there's a million different ways you can react. I'm just talking about how I thought. I just thought, I have a little girl that I do not want the last time I saw her to have been this morning. So I was like, I gotta get out of here. So that's where my mind was. I grabbed all my stuff. I did go back that day though, because we were allowed to pick up like our work stuff, so that we can do visits. And like I said, I wanted to work on some level. So I did go so I can get my files and I can at least start calling families and just trying to resume life as normal as possible. So yeah, that was really hard too, because that time we got to actually go into the building, and man, it's crazy how your mind is so connected to your body. Like, I started seeing things again, I started hearing things. It wasn't easy. So I'm hoping that a month later today I can go back, and hopefully this is not blocking the sound. I'll turn this way. So I can go back and, wow, this video is really long already. I'm sorry guys, I'm gonna have to edit this. But I'm hoping I can go back and be better with it. I know it's gonna be hard, but we'll all be there together, you know, and we'll get through this together, and life goes on, you know. I'm not gonna live my life in fear. I'm just not gonna have that, you know. So what happened was terrible. It was terrible what those people did, and I have to not let it deter me as much as possible, you know. When it happened, I didn't drop out of my quarter. I finished, luckily with A's. It took a lot out of me, but I finished, you know, strong, and that's kind of the moral of the story, you know. Like, everybody handles things differently, and no judgment at all to people who handle things differently from how I did. Like, I wish I would have handled things better, you know. But the mind is a powerful thing, you know, and it's gonna create the anxiety, and it's gonna connect to physiological actions like vomiting and all of that, and you just have to deal with it, and you have to take care of your mind, and you have to go see a professional, and you have to take the help from those around you, and over most of all, you have to be grateful, you know, that no matter what you're going through right now, what I'm feeling right now is not the best feeling in the world, but I'm getting through it because I'm trying to replace those thoughts with the fact that I am here in my house. My daughter's sleeping in the other room, my boyfriend's sleeping in the other room. You know, I'm breathing, and I'm alive, and I will get better, and I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, those are the thoughts that I'm gonna be trying to flood my brain with today. So yeah, that's what's happening, guys. So I'm gonna finish getting ready. This video is already almost 20 minutes, so I guess what I really want to say, to sum it all up, is you know, that life is really hard and it has a lot of curveballs, and you can go to work one day thinking it's going to be a normal day, and you're going to come home and everything's going to just go according to plan, and it's may not happen that way. You know, that day could end up where you're on the floor under a desk crying and trying to be quiet and texting your loved ones and trying to be okay with the fact that you may never see your child again. That's how your day could turn out, you know? So you just, it's so cliche, but you really gotta just not take the people that you love for granted, to really take every opportunity to show them that you love them, to show kindness to people you don't know, and to just lead the type of life that if you were to just go unexpectedly, you will feel happy about what you've done so far. You'll feel content in knowing that the people that you love know you love them and that you treated them well, that you didn't leave on bad notes. So I am starting to get emotional, and that's going against the plan here, guys, so I'm gonna cut this off right now. But I wish you all have a great day today. Happy Monday, and yeah, sorry for all this scattered mumbo jumbo, but I feel like it's important for some people to know, and for Olivia one day to know kind of the struggles that I'm dealing with right now at this point in my life, and hopefully by the time she watches this and understands this, she can see me in a better place, and that you can get through even the most terrible things that happen to you. So anyways, happy Monday, and I love you, Olivia.